chicken, they've had a little drink, and friends, it's time once again to let the big dogs eat. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see, the number 10 team in the country, the Mississippi State Bulldogs, taking on the 17th ranked team in the land, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started. He'll bring it out. It's Woodside. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. They challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. To the air on first down. Fires to the big fella. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
These are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. You don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. And these teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired. But you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
Give to the back. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Quarterback, quick pass to the receiver. Still on his feet at the 35. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
How many ways can I make you think, right? First drive, out the gates, get it to my playmaker, going full speed across the formation with a touch pass. You better be able to adjust to it. Then when you adjust to it, I'm going to have an adjustment to your adjustment because I'm always right. I'm an offensive guy.
Fires to the tight end. He finally goes out of bounds after the explosive play, but now the question is, did the official see something to bring it back? Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball off.
And here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. He wants to take the top off. Oh, he can't hang on to the football. A big play sitting right there for the taking, and they can't get it done early in this one.
Man, if you're going to win games, you have got to hit on the home run type plays, and that was a great opportunity right there. The receiver has got to be able to look that football in and make the catch.
On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. They're bringing heat. Got rid of it just in time.
You just got to wonder, too, guys, if the crowd didn't impact the offense. They're playing on the road on the first third down of this football game. Incomplete. The idea here, I think, just punt it away and see if you can regroup because this environment is hostile.
And no chance for the return man to get his hands on that one as it hops out of bounds. Here comes comes the offense on first down. They'll try the run. Keeps the legs moving. They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. He uncorks one deep. Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game.
And I love taking deep shots. I think it makes quarterbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you could tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth the reward.
Unloads to the wideout. Another incompletion on 3rd down. Georgia sends out the punt team. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stops. Here comes the Mississippi State offense ready to attack. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. He'll keep it himself. At the 45 on his way. He got enough for the first down before sliding, but there is a marker on the field. It might be coming back. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They move the tight end all over. They'll run it from the gun. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Got it in the middle. It's Stokes. Tackled immediately after the catch.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Quarterback will keep it. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. Mississippi State comes out after picking up the first down. He wants to throw. Takes the easy completion. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
You know, you got to be careful as a QB throwing to your running back in man coverage. If there's a linebacker draped all over him, then that ball's not going anywhere. You just saw it right there. Better play by the defense.
Now on 2nd down. They go to the ground. Across the 25, he's got room. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
Mississippi State really efficient on offense right now. Power football with the run. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
He'll try it again. Knocked off his feet, but not before he picks up 6 yards down to the 10.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. From the gun, wants to pass. Gets it out fast. He gets it oh so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
Hey, really nice job on defense, too. Understanding the situation. It's 3rd down. We're fine giving up completions right there. We're not giving up the 1st down. We're keeping the football and the ball carrier in front of us, and we're tackling the catch. Awesome job, and now you've set up 4th down.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. He caught it.
And they must have had a play in practice that they just felt was unstoppable because they essentially just took away an automatic chip shot field goal to go for that 4th down. But because of the execution, it was just too good. They're looking now to score 6.
Quarterback keeper. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get him. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Returner will field it and try to get some field position. He goes out of bounds on that return right at the 20-yard line. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
That last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts you...
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
And I love playing man coverage on the back end, getting in those receivers' faces. Don't let them feel comfortable in run zone where they can find all these holes in the zone, and my rush can't get home. Pressure them, pressure them, pressure them.
Hines is way ahead for 3 out to the 16.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Throwing right. He's got it. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Mississippi State 7, Georgia 0.
First down to start the drive after the break. Leaves it with the back. Stuffed almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up 1 to the 35.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. It's caught. At the 40, there he goes. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32. This Georgia offense moving quickly down the field. to the ground with the back. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Pulls it and fires to the left. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. And the Bulldogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Here's the handoff. Give him about a yard on the play. It's down at the 10.
Man, that D-tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Fast motion from the offense. Well, jet sweep pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Third down coming up.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Throws to the wideout. Oh, he dropped it. He had the pick in his hands and a chance for one of his patented big plays, and he couldn't hang on. It'll be fourth down. And they'll send out the field goal unit. And this one splits the uprights. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. Coming out with it, it's Green. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm.
Can anyone catch him? And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Pulls and throws off the RPO. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Mississippi State.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. UConn was anything but dominant today, but the Huskies are going to leave Rentschler Field winners. A lot to work on, no question, but they avoid one in the L column. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points.
Makes the catch along the left sideline, and that is a big pickup.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Keeps those legs churning for 3 yards. He's down at the 9. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Leaves it with the back. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
I love when players understand situations, and they understand where the first down marker is, and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about...
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll call for the fair catch here. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. You want to talk about answering each other's score. That's what we have going on right now, Jesse.
Yeah, and this offense, it's been impressive just seeing how well they've been executing, too, because they're playing with a sense of urgency, David. They know they've got to go score a touchdown every time they take the field.
It's like a tennis match. You're just trying to break serve at some point, just back and forth. Both offenses having a lot of success in this football game.
Well, the linebacker's showing you read and react. He knew exactly where that running play was going, and he beat the football to the line of scrimmage and forced the TFL.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. He'll do it himself. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
Yeah, and that's the hard thing about these QBs that can move and run all over the place and give you so many options is that didn't even look like much, but he chews up so much yardage and gets those little gains that just death by 1,000 cuts that continue to happen with this offense.
On 3rd down, going up top. Catch in the middle, it's Green. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you have a prominent jawline and an urgent resolve. They'll go for it. They'll go with the running game on 4th down here.
4th and inches, just trusting your offensive line. They're able to get just enough movement at the point of attack to keep this drive going.
Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it. They rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on 3rd down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. A run for the quarterback. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. Unleashes one deep. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be 3rd down.
This defense is going to have to make some adjustments here at halftime because they have been taken advantage of deep down the field in the passing game. They've already given up 2 TD passes. That was almost number 3, and we're only in the first half.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
And the try is no good. Guys, after the miss, still up by 4. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Took them a little while to settle into this game, but this offense has it going here in the 2nd quarter, Jesse.
Yeah, a little bit of a...
He tries to take the top off. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on. After the misfire, it's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Grabbed over the middle. It's Ford. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on 1st down. Setting up the screen. Not able to break the big one on that screen to the running back, but he found enough and a solid pickup on 1st down. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Now on 2nd and short after the 1st down completion. He's looking to throw. Fires deep toward the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish things up with a dart from 24 yards out. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the 2nd half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the 2nd half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Comes out throwing on 1st down. He's looking deep. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds, and just on to the next down.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. And they're not on the same page there.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Got the back over the middle. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Mississippi State has it teed up, ready to go here in the second half. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They had this lead to start the 3rd quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football with him.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. Blasted as he lets it go. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell in.
Here they come, trying to convert a 3rd and short from the 28. To the ground to try to move the chains. And he's got enough for the 1st down. It'll be at the 35.
And obviously, this is one of the best offenses in the country, and it's because they get first downs. Top 10 in the nation picking up first downs. How nice is it to know you can turn around, hand it off to that guy right there, and let him go to work.
Georgia ready to dial it up on another 1st down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Pressure coming. And he dropped it, just didn't look the thing all the way in.
You got to put that one on the receiver. That's just a flat-out drop. That's a good throw by the quarterback. That's a catch that receiver needs to make.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Going for it all. A full dive to haul that one in.
Man, that's a tough play to make. When you're that far down the field and you're trying to control your body and run as you're laying out, that's a really great effort, really good concentration, and that is how you make your quarterback look really good.
They keep attacking through the air. Snagged in the middle, it's Jones. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
And after that 1st down gasher, they're close to the end zone. 2nd and goal coming. Run it with the fullback. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Dogs!
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
The kick is is up and good and put one more on the lead. So it's an 80-yard drive and finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. The kickoff team out there getting set. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense just has to put a couple drives together. And listen, the defense will get this back and get some stops from and get you the football game.
Pickup of 8.
I think here too, David, you have an opportunity to keep the pressure on the opponent. Yeah, they just went down and scored, but you score here, and this game's still tight. You keep their feet to the fire, so an opportunity here to keep applying that pressure.
From the gun, running back gets to give. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. On 3rd and short, the run and looking for the first down. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. A couple of yards shy of the first down marker, but they've decided this is 4-down territory. The offense still on the field. And they gambled in their own end, and now they give up really good field position.
Yeah, and down by 2 scores, and I guess you get to the point where you got to say, I'm going to go for it. We got to be aggressive. We got to make this happen. They tried to make it happen. The defense comes up big. Now, it is not looking good.
He works his way down to the 30-yard line before he stopped a gain of 3. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Well, the offense trying to catch him off guard a little bit, running that draw play, but the defense wasn't fooled. Everybody stayed in their lane, and they're able to get the tackle for loss.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Moving out of the pocket. Fires on the move. It's caught downfield.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. The receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs! The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Ole Miss has the lead right now, but they haven't been able to separate themselves just yet there in the Grove. They're up by a field goal over Auburn. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. DBs will try to keep everything in front. On 2nd down, looking to throw. Ball in the air, intercepted. Got room on the return. He looked as if he thought he had it all the way, and this junior makes a play.
And this safety is a ball hawk. He's a playmaker. Not only have we seen him get involved in the running game and make tackles playing downfield, but he plays the center field position as well as anybody in college football. And you saw it right there.
Keeps those legs churning for 3 yards. He's down at the 9. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down.
325.
Touch pass on the right. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, they're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front. Well, it's a good news, bad news scenario. You got the pick, and you would have liked to have paid that off with a touchdown, but because the drive stalls out, you're still happy to get the field.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this drive.
And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. Going up top on 1st down. Going for the big play. He caught it, and he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Mississippi State. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
Mississippi State, 21.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Kirk. He'll be out of bounds at the 23 after gambling and bringing it out of the end zone. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
He wants to throw here on 2nd down. He just got rid of that one to save the down. Didn't see anything he liked. Ball's at the 27. His offense facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Going up top. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Number 12.
Georgia lining up to punt it away. Running it back, it's Woodside. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
They'll go to the ground. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They can really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
And third and long, everybody is pinning their ears back and coming after the quarterback. You try to throw screens behind those. Sometimes they're very successful, but this time, defense played it great, and the play went nowhere.
With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's knocked away. They'll give up the ball, failing to convert on fourth.
I love when defenses are smart enough to swat the ball down. Don't go for the pick, especially on fourth down. They knock it down. You get the ball anyways. Nice job by the defender.
Leaves it with the running back. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. From the shotgun, the inside give. Still running at the 40. Open runway ahead. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here.
Georgia 34, Mississippi State 21.
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. Mental errors like that just kill drives. We'll see if they can overcome it. On first down, here comes this offense. Wide out in motion. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Second down coming up.
If they're going to get anything going on this drive, they better be productive here on second and long from the 10. He's looking to throw. Quarterback adapting. And he can't find a receiver, and down he goes.
All right, I like the aggressiveness. I want to be aggressive as a play caller when I'm coming out of my own end zone, when I got a little bit of space to throw the football, and you can tell they wanted to be aggressive, wanted to take a shot. Defense was ready, locked him down, but thank goodness, still had a little space left.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. Feeling some heat. Hit as he throws. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. Georgia sends out the punt team. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4 downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
He's going to take off. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
They'll snap it from the 28 in field goal range, but it's third and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Buys a little extra time. It's complete. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6.
First and goal, Mississippi State.
They'll try to get it in with the run. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You see all this movement in football now, all the stemming, the defensive line, they're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting. Really good job by the defense. Continue to move, continue to stunt, continue to get in the backfield and make this life hard on this running back.
Touchdown, Bulldogs! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it back looking for help. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Give to the running back. Into a massive giant bodies, we'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team's being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. Looks as if he's going to run it. Crosses the 35. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. A first down for the offense. Going with the counter play here. Still on his feet at the 45. He's off to the races. 10. No one there to stop him, except the fella in the striped shirt who threw the penalty flag. This one might be coming back. Offense set on first down. Running back searching for a hole. Low man wins, and he just smashed him. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football, so he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Five wide receiver formation on 2nd and 9. They want to run this quarterback. Picks up the first down. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and, you know, it's just, and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's so hard to defend.
They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Second down coming up.
How about this methodical, soul-crushing drive? They've already drained more than 3 minutes off the clock as they snap it on 2nd down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior.
This is a big pressure mod for the offense, too, because they've got the lead, but it's now 3rd down on their own side of the field. They would love nothing more than to be able to convert this, stay on the field, keep bleeding the clock, but the defense, I'd expect them to bring pressure here, trying to force the ball out of the QB's hands quickly.
It's 3rd down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. Now, if they can get a stop on this 3rd and 10, expect an immediate timeout. From the gun, wants to pass. Buying some time. Lets it fly. Makes the grab. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Bulldogs have it with a 1st and 10. The give to the back. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, the give to the back. Finds a crease at the 20. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
The defense is up against it now, man. You're playing on the road. It's a hostile environment. It's late in the game. Someone's got to step up and make a play. Nice job there knocking that one down for the incompletion.
9th play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. give to the big fullback. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.